Dragon Ball Super is back, baby. We just got an announcement on the Toei, I believe the UK website, saying that Goku Day on the 9th of May, so in just 2 days, we will have the announcement for the new Dragon Ball Super movie, which is set to air next year. Boom! All right, finally. So, Dragon Ball fans, we are starving for content, right? This is huge news, and it's also what I predicted, that they would probably come out with more movies rather than return the anime, and that's for a couple reasons. Number one, the movies are vastly more profitable. Dragon Ball Super Broly made over $100 million profit. It cost them $8 million to produce, and it earned over $100 million globally. Whereas creating the anime doesn't really result in customer sales, right? Like, they sell the commercials, it helps build the franchise for selling merchandise and things like that, but the movie generates high ticket sales, right? So from a profit perspective, from a business perspective, it's the optimal way to go. And that's clearly like what the heads at Shueisha and Toei are like really thinking about. It's why Dragon Ball Super Broly had Broly and Gogeta. Their number one concern is keeping the franchise alive and milking the hell out of it. And we've talked about that a lot on this channel. But I'm very, very excited for a brand new movie, especially if it maintains the quality of Dragon Ball Super Broly, which us Dragon Ball fans all can agree with. The quality of Broly was just absolutely out of this world. We couldn't have imagined anything better, right? Like, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F were pretty good, but then Dragon Ball Super Broly came in and it was just like, pfft. I mean, it was top tier. Now, there's also this brand new official Dragon Ball app. And this is where they're going to show all of like the news, things about games, like anything they want to like feed to the Dragon Ball fandom. It's going to come through this app. I'm pretty sure this is probably something that they've been working on with the Dragon Ball Room, but I'm assuming that all the information, or most of the information that we're going to get in announcements and reveals for the movie, will start to flood in through this app. So if you guys want to download that, there'll be a link in my description. I have it on my phone. Currently it's under maintenance, probably because they're probably getting ready to unveil this brand new Dragon Ball Super movie. Now, some people seem to think this might be like the Moral Arc animated, but I seriously doubt that. Like, I don't think that they'll even start the anime until like the Granola arc is done. I have a feeling that they don't want to make the same mistake that they made in early Dragon Ball Super with the anime getting ahead of the manga. They're probably, for one of the main reasons that they haven't started the anime, is just letting the manga get ahead so they have the content to work up to. Meaning that I think this is probably going to be a movie, probably going to be a rehash of another old villain. Like I said, they like to use what's tried and true. That's why they did Frieza, Broly, Gogeta. So is this going to be BoJack? Is it gonna be Cooler? It really could be. I hope it's not Cooler, bro. I really hope it's, like, they're so far beyond Cooler at this point. Dragon Ball fans are also starving for something new and fresh, so I really hope we just get to see like an evil angel, man. I mean, that's the only thing really at this point that would be like, Goku and Vegeta wouldn't really stand a chance, and we want them to have a challenge because they're so powerful at this point. It's becoming increasingly harder to generate a new villain that can really stand up to Goku, especially, who's almost angel level. I'm gonna be making tons of videos on this channel talking about the new movie, new information, new theories, so make sure that you guys are subscribed with notifications enabled. Give the video a thumbs up so it feeds the algorithm and lets the algorithm know that this is a good channel and it helps promote it. It's free and helps me out. Thanks. So according to this leak that was on the website, apparently it was accidental. At this point, Toei has not put out a statement. It appears that this was supposed to be like a scheduled article that they just released like too early, and it seems like people were like data mining as well and found this tag here. So it may have been an accident, it may have been a leak. We've seen Toei leak stuff before. I think it was like, was it the Broly trailer? I think it was like the Broly trailer, like it leaked out online before it was even supposed to be aired. Something like that. But yeah, Toei, somebody over there isn't like too competent in the marketing department. So it appears that it was scheduled to be published on May 9th, but it went up early by mistake and now they've deleted it. So it's gotta be official, it's gotta be announced. Whether or not we're gonna get a trailer, I think it's very possible, right? Like, they've had enough time to work on at least a trailer for this thing. I think that this movie has been the groundwork was started for this thing like 3 years ago. As you may have heard on YouTube, there was a lot of talks about the anime returning. Was it last year or the year before that? I mean, time has gone so fast during Corona, bro. Jesus. I feel like with the success of Broly and the Toei of people, the management were like, okay, well, let's keep pumping out movies, right? If it's that profitable, obviously they want to keep pumping out movies. So I think that they've probably been working on this for quite some time. And I think we may get surprised with like a huge trailer or a major announcement, some like banger information and footage very, very soon. Like if you remember with Broly, we first got the teaser and then we got like 4 trailers or something like that. So I think they're probably going to do something like that here, probably with a teaser just like they did for Broly. I think that's what we're going to get in 2 days from now. They probably won't release the new villain yet, like they didn't for Broly. They just gave us some glimpses, but it was a ton to talk about, which is very, very, very exciting. I am pumped up. And considering the amount of time that's gone into this, plus, well, there was Corona, so that must have just really slowed them down in their tracks. Corona just like put a pincer on like all anime production for a little while, and it's still going on, you know, so it's still slowing things down quite a bit. But I guess they're at the point now where the teaser's done, they're working on the trailers, they're working on the final movie, and we're gonna get the release date. And I don't think this is like the last movie that they're gonna have. I think they have another one lined up as well. If you remember, I think it was when Broly websites started to get bought up with, it was like Dragon Ball Official 2019, 2020, and 2021. And we had made videos about this years ago, us Dragon Ball YouTubers, about how there's potential for like 3 new movies to come out, at least that they have planned and scheduled for. And I think that this is probably just number 2. With Corona and some of the things with Akira, like, and some production mechanics they had to work out, I think that's the explanation for why it took so long to get to this point, but we're here now. It seems like they're finally on track and they're finally ready to reveal this new movie, and as soon as they complete it, I can almost guarantee you they're already going to have been working on the next one. Now, will Broly return in this movie as a good guy? Oh my god, I hope so, dude. Like, I don't know why Broly isn't in the moral arc in the manga. It's super confusing to me, especially because Granola is supposed to be the strongest in the universe now. They don't even mention Broly at all, but I would love to see Broly become a good guy. I mean, you would just have like the trio of super powerful Saiyans, and I'd also love to see Broly go up against Goku again, now that Goku has Ultra Instinct. That'd be really interesting. I think Goku would probably stomp him, but depending on how strong he gets, how strong he can go, that would be awesome as well. I don't think this is going to be like a whole, like Broly 2. It's not going to be like the Broly the Second Coming, because in DBZ, Broly was bad guy. In Dragon Ball Super, he's a good guy, right? So there's not really any reason, unless someone like takes over his mind, to turn him into the villain again. Hopefully they don't make like Frieza, like, God. Imagine if like Frieza used some like the Dragon Balls to like turn him evil or something like that. I'd quit. But I don't think it's going to be something like that. Like when coming up with ideas for the new movie, you got to think about what could they do that's going to guarantee fans are going to watch it, right? Because that's pretty much Dragon Ball Super's method, is use old, tried and true tropes and content and just repackage it, because like they know that fans are going to watch it. Like if they do something risky and reckless, they could risk hurting the Dragon Ball franchise, the name, and the business. And like they're not going to do that because they know it's a golden egg, they know it's a cash cow. They're not going to risk that. So they're first going to look back at like all the old movies and say like, hey, are there any of these villains that we can just like bring back in, right? And like do this movie again. The problem is, with the exception of like Hildegard, like, I mean, even Hildegard, like all of the enemies, all of the villains in the old Dragon Ball Z movies are like so weak compared to Goku and Vegeta right now. And there's like gods of destruction and angels and stuff. So, I mean, Broly was like a little bit more understandable. I thought the power scaling was completely off in Broly, because Broly's base form was like going up against Super Saiyan God and stuff. And I mean, Super Saiyan God should just touch you and you would explode at that point. But we know that Broly keeps getting stronger as the fight goes on. So it's like a little bit of an explanation. But like, what other old villain could they bring back that would become a challenge for our heroes? I don't really see any. Now, they could explore the 4 universes that weren't in the Tournament of Power, that have the highest mortal level. We've talked about this tons of times on the channel. I think that's a perfectly amazing way to have a new movie. Like, what if it's a Tenkaichi tournament between Universe 7, who won the Tournament of Power, versus the 4 universes that weren't in it. That could be super cool. I would be 100% down to see that. You get all these aliens that are mega powerful, and who knows what limits and powers they have. Is Toei gonna do that? Probably not. I mean, it's probably too risky. An evil angel, I think there's a small chance, maybe like a 3% chance or something like that. Again, might be too risky for them, but it would actually explain to fans like why this thing is a threat to Goku and Vegeta. So what I'm saying is the main problem is power scaling. Like, how can they create a new villain that can power scale against Ultra Instinct Goku, which is almost angel level? He's the weakest of the Ultra Instinct users, but he's still using pretty much angel power, right? Honestly, I'm super pumped for this because the Dragon Ball Super manga, like, it has its highs and its lows. I feel like there's a lot of weak points in the Granola arc, just like the end of the Moro arc. I mean, when they started like losing the fresh content and just reverting back to old like Namek Saga stuff and Cell stuff, I really started to lose interest. And with Granola, it's like, he's actually a decent written villain, but the problem is he just wished to be the strongest. And it's like, that's how you're going to start creating more powerful enemies. I mean, it's very clear to me here that like they're running out of ideas for how to create opponents that can fight Goku and Vegeta. Like, they've literally written themselves into a hole by giving Goku and Vegeta so many power-ups. And knowing the Dragon Ball universe, there's really not much left besides an angel or the 4 universes that Goku hasn't explored yet. I would absolutely love for something, just some new and fresh concept or idea. I'd love for something really risky, you know, kill off a main character or something like that. But I don't think they'll ever do that, because you always have to think about Dragon Ball storylines as you're theorizing it and theory crafting. You always have to remember the fact that they want to keep this golden egg, and they don't want to break apart the anime in any ways or hurt the story in any ways by, i.e., killing off a character or something like that, because it could hurt the franchise, it could hurt the money. And it's really what it boils down to with Toei. It's all about money for them. And you also have to realize that they also create Dragon Ball Super like for the eyes of a newer, younger generation. They're not necessarily making it for us guys who like grew up with it. They also want like the 12-year-olds and stuff to fall in love with Dragon Ball Super as well. Like, they want to appeal to them as well. So keep that in mind, like, whenever you're theory crafting about like what could happen, because I certainly am. Modern Dragon Ball is not Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it's just two different things. In 2 days, on May 9th, we're going to get more than likely the teaser. I don't think they would just put out a little statement about, oh yeah, we're releasing a new movie. It's got to be a trailer. And knowing like how leaks work with Dragon Ball stuff, we could potentially get it tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because you're going to want to see that on my channel when it comes out. I'm Mastar. I'll talk to you soon.